Hi guys, this is Heidi here, and this is a Journey Now video. Today's video, we're going to talk about some angel numbers. We're going to talk about a sequence of them in particular, one that I myself am quite fond of, and I do see this very, very often, especially within, I would say, the past 6 months. It has been popping up and guiding me very frequently throughout the day. I mean, if you can see number sequences 5 times in an hour, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm doing a little change of scenery just to give you guys a new view here. This is a little play area for my kids. And of course we have the beautiful lighthouse behind me. So let's dive in. We're going to be discussing, I'm gonna call it my perspective, or my team of guides would like me to call it my receiving of the number sequences 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So if these are numbers that you are finding that you are constantly seeing lately, this is a wonderful set of numbers to have join you throughout your day. They want me to talk about angel numbers when using them for your own reference in your own guidance system. And they're saying that a lot of the times we get very caught up in finding our number, our signs will drop in, and then book. And I don't know if you guys are starting to get the feeling that it's almost like a disappointment. This is something that I had underwent a while back. I would say more so in the past, like a year ago, leading up to when I was really trying to figure out the angel numbers. I would be going into the books, and if I would get the 222, that is one of my favorite numbers, by the way. I get that a lot. Or whatever number you would be getting. I get 911 a lot. So whatever numbers you're playing in or your guides are dropping in, and then you go Google it or you go to your book, and then you might have that little reaction where it does not resonate, and then confusion will set in and you become almost like disassociating, like you don't want to be associated with that particular number because it didn't fit into your own heart space the way you thought you were receiving it. So I want to, with the help of my beautiful guides, the angels that are here right now, want to express a different perspective on angel numbers, in that they really do, although each number quantifiably will hold its own characteristics, and that is awesome. That's what those books are for. They almost want me to say, and please don't shoot the messenger, that's what they're saying. Don't be hard on me if you yourself are a numerologist or you have made it your life path to study hardcore the quantum meanings that are very book-based, very researched. That's not really what we're talking about here. We're talking about numbers and how they drop in from your specific team of guidance to help you along your path in your everyday lives. And so we're touching on the fact here that lots of times you will come up, it's like empty-handed, they're saying, when you try to follow the book by book guidelines. And that's what had been happening to me over a year ago. And I really grew to not want to play with those types of modalities, you know, the books. And I do say that often. I'm terrible for that, but I'm not terrible for that. you don't always have to be a researcher, hardcore going into the studies, because everything that you need has always been inside of you. And when your angels work with you and they drop down these numbers for you, they're dropping them down for you through your own alignments and your own guidance. And that isn't going to look the same for the person sitting next to you. So we could almost use the books and the study-based viewpoints on the numbers if we're going into scientifically using quantum physics. And we could also really call them, it's like a root base. And then we grow from there and we gain a higher perspective of allowance and receiving our divinity and our own understanding, which is based on our perspective, because everything is based on your own perspective. So they're saying I could drop a little story in that would help to understand that. So for instance, I had done a reading for a man. And I had, so this is really speaking to just perspectives and individual channeling and receiving. I had been given the vision of him with making videos, agriculturally based videos. And I got the information. It looked like videos, looked like agriculture, and this man was so good at it, and he had a passion for it. And so I had opened the suggestion from his team to possibly look into that avenue. It's like to create joy, to create a joy in himself, and it's like side play from the everyday work, the 9 to 5 or whatever his day-to-day job was. It was like looking outside of that for an extracurricular way of expression. And I had told him that I thought I saw him making videos that were farm-based videos in which he himself was providing agriculture information out to the general population, and he was being received very well. So at the time, because this was about 1.5 years ago, at the time, I didn't know what TikTok was. And this is escalating to now, 1.5 years later, we make this giant leap, and there this man is, and he is doing what? Making TikTok videos that are agriculturally based, looked totally different than what him and I discussed and expected, but it is the same thing with the root base then built into his personal, right? His personal team, his personal life path, his personal capabilities of self-expression, and what he dabbled into or fell in his way to latch onto. And he had already forgotten our previous discussion and found himself, he himself had never dabbled in TikTok, but found that in his lap, and away he went. And it gave him so much joy, and he has accumulated quite the following, far surpassing anything that I could have foreseen. And it is now something that he adores in his life, that gives him relief and gives him a feeling of play, and it gives him a feeling of community within his followers. And so they want me to drop down that story because we're talking about perception and then personal receivability, and how even channelers use their own basis of perspective, and while still serving out that message, we can only use our own perspective to do so. So if that information had been channeled by the person beside me as a channeler who thought and had a perspective of TikTok, they would have latched onto that and been capable of probably giving him the TikTok information way back then. However, divine timing really means that it came from me for a reason, and it traveled that space of time to land him in that TikTok place right when he needed it for himself, and right when he had the time and the readiness and capability to begin that self-expression. So angel numbers are no different, and we're going to bring it in back to focus of the 1, 2, 3, because that is what we're talking about today. So you can look these up individually. You can find the basis for the 1, the 2, the 3, and then culminate them into your own message point. But my angels are really here to speak on what they mean in a broader spectrum when we're not going scientifically into breaking them down and we're looking at the whole. So it's really about having that full perspective. It's like a giant circle. We can look down at all angles and apply. So 1, 2, 3. What does that mean to you? And is this a number that you see? If it is, you are very, very lucky. And if it's not, I can almost guarantee you it's going to start coming your way because you tuned in today. So 1, 2, 3 can also show up as 0. 1, 2, 3 can also show up as 1, 0, 2, 3, can also show up as 1, 2, 3, 3. Whatever way it spins into your reality, it is very, very important that you understand that the message here that my guides and my angels are putting out is one of the ladder. And they show me the ladder, you know, with the rungs, and it's like 1, 2, 3. Or they show me the path that we are on, your blueprinted path, the path you're walking currently, 1, 2, 3. It is about progression. It is about movement forward. And it really means, this is the best part about that message, that you are taking the right steps now that are aligning you with your purpose, with your blueprinted mission, with all that you are seeking to achieve, whatever you have intentionally put out there. They are telling you that you are making monumental movement forward into the progression of where you want to be. You are on the right track is what this is saying. And it can also be seen as every step matters. Baby steps will get you there. So you are taking one foot in front of the other and you are moving forward to achieving all that you wish to achieve. So it's a wonderful way that the angels can dip in and give you that, it's like the lighthouse, give you that go ahead, you're on the right path, you're doing well. It's like a congratulations type of number sequence that is really going to just give you that gentle and loving reminder that you are on your divine way to where you want to be. So that is our little ditty on the sequence of 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, whichever way you are seeing the progression sequence. And then it is up to you if you want to focus in on the individual numbers and pull forward more information and put it in the pot to make your own understanding of what your angels are giving you, but it really is the best love, the best hug. It's like they give you a hug with this number to say that everything is okay. You have not lost your way. You are doing very well. And continue to take the steps you are taking presently, as they do in fact serve your high soul's purpose, and they are delighted to see you walking that path. Love and light, guys. I hope you enjoyed this angel number video on sequencing, and be aware as they show up everywhere. Honestly, look at your food packaging. You can find them there. Your clock. If you're watching a show and you pause it, that is one of the fastest ways to retrieve those numbers. And if you become super in tuned to receiving that guidance, you will be surprised at how often you can see that number sequence in a day. Love and light, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.